What is going on, guys? I am MC Fixer, and I'm sitting here today with a very special gentleman. Someone I've listened to his music for a long, long time. Fire in the Booth, amazing. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Is there a 4?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
oh my god, I missed
just,
the 4. That's my.
4 just came out. 4 came out.
Akala.
It just came out earlier this year.
Thank you very, very much for taking the time to speak to me.
No worries.
Alright, I don't know where to really start, because we could start on music, or we could start on the book.
Well, given that we're here, I mean, we probably should talk about that. People might know more about the music stuff.
Okay, then let's start with fine. Let's start with Comic-Con as a whole.
Yeah.
How you find the experience?
Well, I came as a punter in May.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this is mad. Like, because I've only really the graphic novel thing. I'm quite an obsessive person. Once I get into something, I'm in it.
Yeah.
So I only really got into graphic novels like 3-4 years ago, and now my library shelf of graphic novels is done. Like, it's stupid. And I just really find it an amazing form, because it's like being a writer or being a director, being able to make any film you want in the world without anyone else interfering.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you can collaborate with. I can't draw.
No, me neither.
But I get the artists to do that. And so, you know, I've published 2. This is the official launch at Comic-Con here.
Show the camera so they can see it.
This is Visions,
Perfect.
Part 1. This is a collaboration piece I did with an artist from Puerto Rico called Juan Carlos Baez. And this is a semi-autobiographical, magical, realist story that the concept is essentially that at points of trauma in my life, it gave me this ability to see the past and the future. Okay. And I use that device as a way of retelling the entire history of the evolution of rapping, actually, from the griots of Mali. And then it goes through jazz and blues.
Nice.
But this is all a vision that when I'm despondent or when I'm not feeling the music industry or not feeling like I want to continue doing what I'm doing, that vision helps me recenter myself.
Funny you say that. It's just, for me, music was my life at one point, and that was literally all that I did. And then I've moved on to gaming. But I always need a creative outlet. Is that similar for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the reasons, even though I love music and I'm still going to make music, I mean, I had a gig in Brighton last night. I've got a gig in Leeds.
How'd it go?
Amazing. It was.
I actually said I might be talking to you today, and everyone was like, "He shut down Portsmouth." Oh, like what? Okay, yeah.
Portsmouth was live. I mean, I've done this month. I've done 24 shows already. We got like 3 more left. So tonight I'm in Leeds.
Respect.
So I've gone from Brighton to here. Yeah. Then I go up to Leeds.
Yep.
Then I come back here tomorrow to do a signing. Then I go up to Wolverhampton, and Cambridge is the last show on Monday. So music, I mean, even this. So I'm performing at 1 p.m. today.
Okay. Yeah, Joe, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the soundtrack of this.
Ah.
So I'm performing the words of this as like a soundtrack, and I'm going to do a little bit of a reading. So this one here, The Ruins of Empires, is the first graphic novel I published.
Okay.
And we are working on turning this into a spoken word opera.
Oh.
So I'm going to, with a composer called Paul Gladstone Reed. So I'm going to read from that as well. This was done by an artist from Japan called Tokyo Oyama. This is the first of many. Like, this is a world I'm going to be in, like how I was in music, like just in it, just writing stuff and coming up with stuff and doing my thing because I really, really like the form.
So how do you find? So I know this is your first time being.
No, I came in May.
No, you've been
First
here
as
a performer, I guess, as a special guest, celebrity, whatever you want to call it. How are you finding that?
Amazing. I think I'm really just glad to be here. It's my what I like about Comic-Con and what I think a lot of people don't realise about this kind of graphic novel space. They think it's just one type of person.
Yeah, of course.
And when you come in, you're like, oh, it's like everyone.
Oh.
Like everyone, every race, every religion, every age. You literally, there isn't a type of person that comes. You'll see an entire family like on holiday from India.
Oh, 100%.
You'll see someone from Poland.
Yeah.
You'll see groups of young black boys. You'll see what people think of the stereotypical kind of nerdy Comic-Con person, and no one really gives a shit. Last one I read was called Mandalay.
Okay.
And it's about the Burmese War of Independence when they were trying to get the British out of Burma. Like, there's all this serious content. You've got series like The Sandman, where it's The Lord of Dreams. You've got so much different stuff going on that's not superhero stuff. Yeah. That I think a lot of people, until you're in it, you don't really realise that kabuki or classic series like that. Like a lot of the Japanese stuff, all kind of different. It's like the best films that never got made.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And that's why so many of them get turned into films.
Yeah.
Because when you read it, it gives your brain the sensation of watching a subtitled film more than it does like reading a book. And that's what I love about it.
For me, it's a case of, I'm dyslexic, so I hate reading. Reading isn't something I enjoy doing, but I love comics, I love graphic novels, because dyslexic minds think differently and stuff like that anyway, but I dive deep in it. And then when obviously films come out and stuff, and that's easier for me to digest, but I do love words, even if I can't read them to I can't stand in front of an audience and start reading because I'm super nervous, bro.
Everyone's got a different talent.
Talking off the dome, no problem.
Yeah.
Making other things, that's no problem. Even writing music and get there.
That's cool.
But you put a script in front of me and like, written, nah. Give me the bullet points.
Yeah.
And for me, that's what I sort of look at in graphic novels. Is for me, it's like, this is magical. It's for me, it really is magical.
It literally is. Like, it's just a world that once you're in it, you're like, why haven't I always been into this?
Yeah.
And that's what I really, really like about it, definitely.
Fair enough. All right, let's talk about music a little bit more.
Yeah, let's do it.
New projects, anything to announce?
So I've just released a triple vinyl, which is a collection of. So I did a thing where my audience voted on their favorite 3 songs from each of my 6 albums.
Okay. Not bad, 6 albums, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 6 albums in as an independent artist as well. And so we put those 18 tracks on a triple vinyl called 10 Years of Akala. So we've just released that. That's what we're touring at the moment.
Okay.
I'm going away to the States in a couple of weeks to start work on a 7th album, as well as obviously the music for this, which will be out probably early next year. Because that music already exists. That's what we're performing today, but we haven't mixed it and all that. So
the process.
Yeah, there's still a few more bits I want to do. This performance is like a premiere, but so that'll probably be out, I reckon, like February or something. Okay. But don't hold me to that. And yeah, so working on album number 7. Working on developing the spoken word opera for this.
Yep.
I have another EP that I wrote with a composer called Prashant Mystery, aka Engineers. That's finished. We've just been sitting on that and waiting for the right time to release that. That's called A Conversation with Freedom. There's stuff happening.
Lots and lots and lots of
busy,
stuff.
busy.
I appreciate it. All right, let's talk about your fans for a little while.
Yeah.
They're amazing, from what I see online anyway, because you're in many different pockets of things, but my thing is music. For me, it's your fans are incredible, and they get behind you in everything that you do. It seems, from an outside perspective anyway, it seems that way. Are you? What's your message to them? Just
big up, man. I feel like you're absolutely right. I feel like we've created an audience that get what it is I'm trying to do, and that trust me as an artist, and I trust them. So I'll publish a graphic novel, and they'll be like, cool, Akala did it, so we'll trust and we'll support that. And so it's not something I take for granted. It's something I've spent a decade cultivating, and it's one of the reasons I've never been tempted to go a more traditional mainstream route, because I feel like I owe the people that have supported me to this point to keep that integrity that they sort of.
Hang on, guys, I am MC Fixer, and I'm sitting here today with Nolan North.
That's me.
And Troy Baker.
They gave us guns.
No, why did they give you guns?